All right. Hello again out there in the world of the internet. Coming back at you with some more modern chord progressions from Ted Greene's masterpiece, Modern Chord Progressions. Looking at page 66 here. And yeah, I'm just going to play through a number of these, talk about them. This is a fun page. Ted sort of keeps us in a very similar area to reveal a few things, certain voicings of dominant chords and helpful minor 7 shapes. So here we go. We're in the key of G. Once again, these are all 3-6-2-5s, more or less, right? Let's check out this first progression. Let's do that again. Now I'm doing the resolution there. Ted doesn't write in the resolution, but just to give us a sense of completion. One more time. There's a stretch. Okay, so just off the bat, let's notice this B minor 7 voicing. I'm sure some of you are going to think of that as a D chord, because it is. That's a D triad, right? That's a 5-1-3-5 D major, and then here comes the B, right? And of course, relative major minor, D major, B minor, hurrah. So, and Ted wants us to grab this chord with a double stop with our ring finger. That's tough. That's tough for me. In all honesty, when I do this, I use my ring and pinky and then give up my pinky, but you can double stop it. I've always had trouble with the double stop on my ring finger, but it's doable. It's tough though. Now this next voicing, Ted's calling it an E7 flat 9 augmented. You've got this shape with the 3rd in the bottom. That's the 3rd, the 7, the flat 9. And that's the sharp or the augmented chord, that's the augmented on top, or the flat 13. I'm more inclined to call it, but very well. And then we've got some motion after the fact. That's bringing in the 5 and the dominant 7. So we've got B minor 7, E7 flat 9 augmented. This shape for an A minor 7, it's a bit stretchy. Pinky reaches, drops down to the 9 there. And once again, this particular voicing of a dominant chord, we have the 3rd on the bottom, followed by the flat 7. There's your flat 9. Pinky is on the 5th, and Ted has us reach up for the 13, like so. And I'm sure some of you are noticing that this is also a diminished 7 shape, right? So lo and behold, diminished 7 equates to 7 flat 9. We have I guess we could call this an F sharp diminished 7, is more or less the equivalent of a D7 flat 9, built off the 3rd of the dominant chord, right? Let's hear this one more time. B minor 7, E7, A minor 7, drops to the 9 in the melody, D7 up to the 13. Let's resolve it. Some things to notice about this progression is the bass movement, right? The bass is just going. It's just dropping down chromatically. 12th fret, 11th, 10th, 9. Now in the next series, it's in all the similar area, same area. Here's the second progression on the page. Now for this one, Ted gives us a lot of options for the dominant chord, or for the 5 chord rather. he's wanting us to see how much variety we can have when we place the third in the bottom. And these are great voicings to have, right? He gives us this guy, a 13 flat 9. You've got the 3 flat 7 flat 9 13. Pinky's gonna have to do some work there. That sort of move. Then we get this one. It's a 13 flat 9 sharp 11. Now this one might trip some of you up. So you've got the middle on the bottom, followed by the pinky, index, ring, and then the knuckle of your index. This part of your knuckle, that part is getting the 7th fret up there. That's a tricky one, but lovely. The quote-unquote fifth finger technique. Right? Then Ted gives us this one, a D13. And then this one, a D flat 9 augmented. And last one, he actually shifts where we are on the fretboard all the way up to here. So we can get that sharp 9 on top. He's calling this a D7 flat 9 sharp 9 augmented. Let's try this again. I'm going to see if I can run through all of those dominants. So the very first one again we have resolve. Next one, a 1, 2, 3. Next one, we'll do a D13. Here we go. That's nice. One more. Here comes the 7 flat 9 augmented. One more time. Here comes the 7 flat 9 augmented. A 1, 2, 3. That's it. Let me try that one more time. Resolve. And we'll try for this last one. It's a bit of a leap. 2, 3, 4. Here's the leap. Resolve. Now another important element of this progression is the voice leading of these chords, right? Once again, the bass line just walking down, right? We've got the flat 7 in the bass for the B minor, the 3rd in the bass for the E7, the flat 7 in the bass of the A minor, 11 there, and the 3rd in the bass. So that bass movement is alternating 3rd of the chord, 7 of the chord, 3rd of the chord, 7 of the chord. And this motion is just good to get in your hand. Sometimes I'll just grab the core idea, something, and you're essentially doing 2 5s there, right? That's B minor, and then an E flat 9, flat 13, A minor, D flat 9, flat 13, G minor, C flat 9, flat 13, right? And that's a wonderful way to voice lead a 2-5-1 progression. Perhaps you can add the 2, let's see, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1. Go to a minor 1 here, 2. One more time. these studies and these progressions, you kind of want to follow the sparks of curiosity that they set loose on you, you know, and you gain a lot just by getting acquainted with the finger movement of the progressions. And as I've told, you know, other players, like, you know, who seem daunted by this study, I mean, you can spend an hour or more with just one of these progressions, you know. Can you really analyze the makeup of every chord, know what the intervals are, how they show up on the fretboard, spell the chord, right? Know that this B minor 7 is A, D, F sharp, B, that this E7 flat 9 augmented is G sharp, D, F, C, right? Of course, yes, we want to just play it and get our motor skills working, but you do yourself a big service by identifying every element of the progression, and that would be, you know, the intervallic makeup of the chord, the spelling of each chord, identifying the you know, the numerical analysis of the chord. This is the 3, this is the 6, this is the 2, this is the 5, and then of course just sort of improvising with it and playing with it. Something like that. And then of course, can you put it in a different key? That, I guess that's, and a lot of things you can do with one of these progressions. Let's look at one more here. This minor 7 shape. Now this shape, a 13 flat 9 sharp 11 chord. You've got the 3, the 7, the flat 9, the sharp 11, and there's the 13 on top. That's a cool chord. Very cool. And once again, I feel like this whole page is about that movement in the bass, really, about flat 7 of the chord, 3rd of the chord, flat 7 of the chord, 3rd of the chord. Find, you know, as you go through these, find some resolution of your choice. Well, let's keep going. 3 and similar vein, a little trickier some of these chords. We've got that familiar B minor 7 again. But look at this thing, this E7 flat 9, flat 5. You got the 3, the flat 7, the flat 9, the flat 5, and there, the flat 7 on top. That's a cool shape. And now this A minor 7, notice it's very C-like. I'm sure some of you might think of it as a C6, right? But it's an A minor 7 and this D13 shape. Resolve. Try and do that in time. 3, 4. Trouble with that D13. Okay, maybe that's enough for page 66. This vein continues through the whole page of flat 7 in the bottom, 3rd in the bottom, flat 7 in the bottom, 3rd in the bottom. And like I said earlier, it's good to just have that in your system. You're sort of just practicing 2 5s, a very cool way to voice lead 2 5s, right? B minor, E7 flat 9, A minor, E7 flat 9, G, C, F minor, B flat 7 flat 9, etc. If you get tired of thinking and naming the things, it is fine to just play it. Can you resolve? All right. I guess that's enough of page 66 for now. Good luck to you all out there. Adios.